Hello, welcome back to the series on our R040 coursework for OCR Engineering Design. This is where we're going to be designing the garden decorative lantern in Onshape. And we've done two parts done. This is the final part, and hopefully we'll be finished by the end of this video. So first thing you're going to do, you are going to isolate one of your 100mm struts, 100mm lengths of wood, and you're going to look at the front view. So you're looking at that straight on. You're going to click on it, and you're going to click and drag this arc at the top of this arrow handlebar, and you're going to rotate that by 90 degrees. Next, you're going to use something called the Planar Mate, which is another mate that you're going to be evidencing. We've done the Fasten Mate, we've done the circular pattern. We need to evidence the Planar Mate. It's this that looks like a crosshairs, just three along from your Fasten Mate. And what this does is this aligns two surfaces together. So I'm going to click on the Planar Mate. I'm going to click on one of the square base of the length I want to attach or put into position. I'm going to click on the inner surface of the framework that I want it to connect to, and you'll see it just butts it against it like that. If we look at an angle, I've still got free move over this kind of, and my Onshape's being a bit slow, so it's going to jerk all over the place. But when I look from the front view, you will see it's actually just sliding up and down that surface because I've constrained it in that way. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to put a planar mate between the top surface of my strut and the top surface of my 230 length. And if I click on them both and click planar mate, usually or sometimes that'll already autofill. It's not done this time, but all I'm going to do is click on this top surface with that dialog box open, click on this, and it's going to overlap them. As soon as I click solve, it's going to put it into the position I want. What you're going to need to do is make sure you've got a screenshot of something like this, evidencing that you've got your planar mate and evidencing what that looks like on the screen. So it's all right if it looks like it's clipping, if it's colliding. As soon as I click solve, it's going to jump it straight into position. Now, this is Onshape is a 3-axis piece of digital software with your X, Y, and Z axis. I've defined it in two of those axes. If I look, I can drag it up and down as if on rails now. All I need to do is put a planar mate in between this face and this face. So I'm going to grab my planar mate, grab this forefront face of my blue piece, the forefront face of my grey piece. And again, it's going to clip to the middle. As soon as I click the tick or click solve, it's going to jump into place. And now that's fully defined. I can't move that at all. Same as the last one, you can go around and you can fully define those four pieces, the next three pieces with planar mates. I'm just going to do it with a circular pattern as well, and you're welcome to do that as long as you evidence that you have used that, because that's a good tool to learn and show that you've used. So what I'm going to do is click on the assembly circular pattern. Instances, I'm going to click on the one length that I've already put in. Axis of pattern is going to be the circle. This is the thing, the center point, the thing I want to revolve it around or pattern it around. And you'll see it already defaults to 2. I'm just going to change that to 4. And just like that, you'll see I've got all my pieces arranged perfectly and in line with each other. Okay, now all I'm left with is my handle. So because I've done this circular pattern, I can get rid of all but 2 of these pieces on the these 100mm pieces. So I'm just going to click on them one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And press delete, and that should get rid of them for me. Lovely. And now it's just the handle. It's just going to be a horseshoe shape with this grey piece on the top. What I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to click it. Going to rotate it. You can get a screenshot if you're rotating it if you like. That'd be good. That'd be good evidence for another tool that you've used or you've proved yourself using. And we're just going to put some fasten mates between this corner and this corner. And again, if you hover over the node, just move the cursor down a fraction, you'll see it comes that lateral, that horizontal circle. It looks a bit like Pac-Man on the top of that mate. If you click that, it will make sure it defaults to the right orientation. And again, hover over the node, it does it automatically for this one. I click on it and it clips right in. Same for the next piece, fasten mate, hover over the node, move my cursor down a fraction so it's horizontal. And again, the same for this. It jumps as soon as I click solve or the tick again. It's going to fasten there. Again, take a picture of this, the fasten mate on these pieces, just to evidence that you've made the handle in this way. And there we go. And now we've got one more thing to do. We need to put the handle in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it roughly into position. It doesn't matter if it's not bob on, but all I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a midway fasten. And this is using the fasten mate. You can see that on this strip, I can either fasten it to this face, or if I hover over the lower part in the middle, I do get that mate symbol that intersects the center point of this length. Now I just click that. I do the same thing for the midway point of my handle, just so it looks like it's intersecting it. Click the tick. Sorry, not the tick. Click that. And at the moment, it does try and jump this length onto our handle. As soon as we click solve, I'm hoping it's going to jump back into place. And again, you take a screenshot of that and you can talk about how you have used a midway fasten. Click the tick, and that is it. You want at least one screenshot of your finished thing, either using the corner top bar of the compass, or if you just jump into isometric. The trouble with this is, in isometric view, it lines everything up so perfectly, whereas just by clicking the top of here, you get that offset look, so you can see all the way through it. You can see everything that's going on. Okay, hopefully now you're going to be able to do that. We've jumped through that really, really quick. So if you need to go back and rewind anything, just do that. Do it at your own pace. Pause the video to watch as you follow along, and hopefully you've got something that looks like that. And hopefully everyone's got exactly the same thing, because that is the point. You do need something that is not unique, that is uniform to everyone. Okay, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you will do well in your R040.